Welcome to Stick at Night. I'm your Hudson County Commissioner, Anthony L. Romano, representing the cities of Hoboken and Jersey City in District 5. With us today, I have someone who that I've become good friends with. He's a very charismatic person. He's done much for the community, not only of Hoboken, but his outreach is now starting to spread throughout the county, the Reverend Chris High. And when we come back, we're going to talk to Chris about how he came to Hoboken and where his congregation is going, and his brand new facility that's going to be an exciting mecca of faith in Hoboken and adding to our other great meccas of faith that we have. So looking forward to interviewing Chris, and I hope you stay tuned, and remember, we're here to support you, and I need you all to understand what we do to be able to help and serve you. Always available to communicate with you at any time. So thank you, and we'll be right back after this break to talk to the one and only, the Reverend Chris High. Thank you.
Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, Jersey City. Hudson County's only monument maker, serving all faiths and cemeteries. Design, studio, and launch inventory on site. Cemetery inscriptions and custom orders welcome. Burns Brothers Memorials, Monuments, and Markers, 787 Tunley Avenue, just south of Secaucus Road. Craftsmanship that will last for all eternity. Burns Brothers, Jersey City, Albert H. Hopper, North Arlington. Visit us on the net.
Jersey City Ford Certified Parts and Service, located at Route 440 and Communipaw Ave, is your #1 source for Ford and Lincoln automotive needs. We use certified Ford Motorcraft products to keep your Ford running in top shape. Motorcraft parts are backed with the Ford warranty, which includes a 2-year unlimited mileage guarantee. Our team will have the right Motorcraft part to ensure the best performance from your Ford or Lincoln. You can order in person at the parts counter or online. Let us help keep your Ford or Lincoln in the best shape at Stevens Jersey City Ford.
Welcome to Stick at Night. Hudson County Commissioner Anthony L. Romano from District 5, Hoboken and Jersey City. And today I have the pleasure of having someone that I've gotten to know, and a really good Christian man that represents the goodness that people have. And he has come into Hoboken, and he has really become popular, and he has a very large following. And without further ado, the Reverend Chris High. Chris, welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me on tonight. It's great.
So Chris, tell us about you. How long you been in Hoboken? Where you from? Where'd you grow up? Education?
So I have been in Hoboken. We're about to celebrate our 15th anniversary at the beginning of February. Hoboken
Of the church?
Grace. Yeah,
oh, wow.
15 years. So we moved here about a year before that. So I've been in Hoboken for about 16 years. Before that was in the Bloomfield-Clifton area of New Jersey. So my family's been in Jersey since about '98. And we, my dad and I were part of a church start in that area, and then we came out of that and then several other churches across the metro New York area to be able to start what is Hoboken Grace.
So what made you transition from the other churches, Rev?
So we were looking, one of the things that is really important to us is to be able to establish faith communities that are community focused. And so we were looking at, okay, where can we do that? And are there places where we see opportunities? And one of the things that we saw with Hoboken is the culture was changing so much. And so we saw a unique opportunity to be able to come in and be able to start a faith community specifically for that younger generation that was beginning to come up. And really, one of the things that we say frequently at Hoboken Grace is, we don't just live here, we love here. And I think there can be a tendency, especially in communities that are more transient, to use the community and then leave, as opposed to really investing in the community. And for us, that's been the goal from the beginning.
An interesting transition in Hoboken. As I was growing up in my early years in the police department, you've seen the young people come here to live, to party, enjoy the proximity to New York City. And then when they got a little older and married with children, they moved on. Now, over the course of the last few years, there's been a movement that most young people are staying. Obviously, with the daycare centers fully packed. I've never seen so many in Hoboken, right? And obviously, with your group, where did you grow up?
So I grew up in a bunch of different places. So we lived in Alabama for a time, Michigan for a time, Pennsylvania for a time. So I've experienced a lot of different places, a lot of different cultures as I was growing up.
Now, where were you educated, Chris?
So it's in Scranton, Pennsylvania. So I went to what is called Summit University there.
Okay, sure. And then you married and you came to Hoboken.
Yeah, so I'm married to Anna and we have 3 boys.
Wow.
So our house is a lot of energy. Small space, lots of energy, but it's been a lot of fun. They were all, one of the things that I love is that they were all actually born in Hoboken.
Wow, that's really wonderful. So, Chris, tell me again about the actual Grace Church. What denomination? Again, in Hoboken, where there's many faiths, and you've spoken at our interfaith council and meetings. We have the synagogues, we have the Catholic churches, we have the Protestant churches, and in Jersey City we have our Muslim mosques. How does Hoboken Grace Church fit in the faith?
So if you come to Hoboken Grace, you'll see we have people from all sorts of different denominational backgrounds, and even when we started, we had multiple denominations that were kind of behind us. We're what we call non-denominational, so we're not part of a denomination, but we have influences from a lot of those denominations. And so it's really, okay, when we look at Scripture, how do we live that out as best as we possibly can? And you're able to learn from a lot of those who've come before you in different faith traditions, and how to be able to live that out today.
I've observed how your church has grown. What do you feel that comes from? Where is that? And what's the age group you usually feel is your demographic, your main demographic? Is it older, younger?
So as Hoboken has changed, it's changed a little bit. So we used to be a little bit younger than we are now. So the average age of Hoboken Grace is 28, 30, right in there. A lot of new families, so young kids. We have about 120 kids every Sunday that are part of our kids program. And I think one of the things that has allowed us to be able to impact people the way that we have is we put a lot of time and attention and focus on community. And for people who may be coming from other places, and one of the things that's interesting about Hoboken, if you know it well, is that a lot of the people who are part of that community come from other parts of New Jersey.
Oh, without a doubt. I mean, Hoboken has more transients now that have came from other places, which gives different attitudes, different things that they're used to. And when we come back from commercial break, we'd like to expand on that thoughts on how you've brought these people from all different, and me being born and raised, how I see it. Yeah. We'll be right back with Stick at Night. I'm your Commissioner, Anthony Romano, with the Reverend.
Consumer Carpets, 3408 Kennedy Boulevard in the Jersey City Heights, your one-stop store for residential and commercial floor treatments, carpeting, linoleum, tiles, laminates, hardwood floors, area rugs, remnants, all major brands, all in stock. Free estimates, same-day installation. Consumer Carpets, it's savings, selection, installation. Credit cards and debit cards accepted. Financing available. Consumer Carpets, price to fit your budget, installation to fit your schedule. On the net at consumercarpets.com. Consumer Carpets, Jersey City, 201-792-2712.
Panapinto Properties, Jersey City, shaping the workplace with state-of-the-art office spaces and addresses your company desires. Building residences that define your home environment, adjacent to all modes of transportation with on-site parking available. The right address, the right lease. Call 201-521-9000 or visit online at panapintodevelopment.com. Panapinto Properties, building Jersey City for everyone.
Welcome back to Stick at Night with Reverend Chris. Chris, how does one find out about Hoboken Grace?
So our website's the best way, so hobokengrace.com. You can also download our app. It's available on all the app platforms. Just search for Hoboken Grace. That's where you can get all the information about what's coming up, the different events that are happening.
And you've been involved in so many philanthropic causes. It's an honor and pleasure to work with you. As I've gotten to know you, I've grown a tremendous amount of respect for you and all that you do, your sincerity and your humility, which to me is important to anyone who has faith. Let's talk about the exciting thing that's going on. Do you want to tell the audience here, you have now got your own, from nomads going from different buildings, you now have your own building that you're doing. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so we've rented for 15 years. And if you've been around Hoboken, you've seen multiple office buildings that are Hoboken Grace and meeting spaces. And we've always tried to figure out, okay, what can we establish a space that we can use not just on weekends, but all week long to be able to do what we do in the community. And we were looking at different opportunities over the last couple of years. And one came to our attention that was shocking because it was the former movie theater. And the current owners were going to be converting it into condos. And in the meantime, they wanted to see if we were interested in leasing it. So they were working on the plans and beginning to execute the rebuild side of it. They were like, would you be interested in leasing it? Until we got to that point, we said, we're not really interested in renting anymore. Would you be interested in selling it? Because we really didn't want it to become another condo building. And we saw the potential of it to be able to be used as a community center. Because all of the theaters, even though they had risers in them, had flat floors, which makes it really functional for athletic events. It makes it functional for a variety of different gatherings. So we, over the course of about a year, back and forth, we finally were able to purchase that. We're renovating the space now. You were in it just a couple weeks ago.
Happy to be involved with you. We went through some exciting things there.
Yeah, and so it's amazing to see it taking shape. I was there again this morning, and you have these large rooms that now you're going to be able to have school graduations in, or you can have, one of the things that we're looking at is indoor pickleball courts as well, for them to be able to utilize that space.
That's caught on like fire, pickleball.
My goodness, it's amazing. But that's what we love about the way that it's being laid out. And I think some people think, oh, it's going to be a religious space. One of the things that we've said from the beginning at Hoboken Grace is that's not what we're building. We're not trying to build, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but we're not trying to build a religious space, a temple. We're trying to build a tool. And if you've seen what we've done in the community, whether it's the Easter egg hunt or One Day Hoboken or the Christmas exchange, we're constantly asking, how do we impact, how do we love the community better? And this space allows us to do that, not just on the weekend, but now we can do that all throughout the week. And there are so many different nonprofits that are going to be able to benefit from this and utilize that space, whether it's dinners that where you can lay out round tables with chairs, or whether it's a seminar type setting. One of the things that you saw is that one of the theaters is still a movie theater that we're going to be able to utilize as well, which is, I'm really excited as we've seen it come together. You come into something like that and you have an idea, like, this is what we really like it to be, and to see that it's actually turning out better than what we had expected is really exciting.
Well, you've become such a valuable part of Hoboken, and your enthusiasm shows through, and it's going to be a pleasure working with you. And it is funny because we don't have a community center uptown. The multi-center downtown is going to be undergoing an extensive renovation.
Yep.
The YMCA, which is what, for us, where I grew up, is stalled. It's going to take millions to get somebody to do that. It's been like a ping pong ball for years. The old rec, again, when I was growing up on 12th and Willow, burned down and it was made condos. And so community center space is very good. So anything you want to tell us before we finish up that you'd like to add?
I think just to let people know, HobokenGrace.com, we'd love for you to be a part of what we're doing to impact the community. We'd love for you to come check it out and see what it is about. And we look forward to serving the community together. And that's what it's all about.
I'm going to be, hopefully, you allow me to be part of your group in, any way it can do to help, because it is exciting, and the give backs that you give is just phenomenal. You've really, you've done a lot. And again, I'm glad you emphasized that point. We're not trying to scare people into thinking it's a religious cult.
No.
And that's, you've emphasized that, which has made me feel comfortable and a lot of other people at ease, that everybody, has to find themselves in their faith. And we hope everybody in the audience, not only in Hoboken, but throughout Hudson County, comes and checks out Reverend Chris and Grace Church and the wonderful facility that he's put together. And if you have something that you need to do a nonprofit event, to get in touch with Reverend Chris. So, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you. Thank you for your help with the space, and
we'll keep up the help as much as I can give. Remember, Reverend Chris High, Hoboken Grace Church. Don't forget, look it up, check it out. I'm your Commissioner, Anthony L. Romano, representing District 5, Hoboken and Jersey City. Please be safe. God bless each and every one of you. Reverend Chris, thank you so much for being there, and looking forward to your grand opening and cutting the ribbon.
Can't wait.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Joyce Waterman, your Jersey City Council President. Do you know there is a misconception about the Jersey City tax bill? As the Council President, I want it clear I'm only responsible for the city's budget. I have no authority over the Jersey City public school budget, none whatsoever. The last couple of years, the taxes went up due to the increase in the Jersey City Board of Ed budget. It has nothing to do with Jersey City. We need to come together and begin to make the Board of Ed accountable. Not only are our taxes unnecessarily high because of the increase in the school budget, but the United States Department of Education has determined that the state of New Jersey underfunded our district. Yes, we are underfunded. We, as residents, need to come together and raise our voice and ask the Board of Ed to be accountable and also ask the state to be accountable. I'm Joyce Waterman, and now you know.
Paid for by Jersey City. Make it better.
Welcome to Stick at Night. I'm your Hudson County Commissioner, Anthony L. Romano, representing District 5, Hoboken and Jersey City. And with us today is someone who's showing the new entrepreneurial spirit that is in Hudson County with young business people that are finding their own niche and creating different items for the consumption, especially by those of that certain demographic there in the 20s and 30s. With us today we have Dan Levinson, founder and CEO of Viable Iced Tea. And you know, Dan is again an example of someone who took the plunge and took a gamble and now is finding success. So, with us now, Dan Levinson. Dan, welcome to Stick at Night.
Thank you for having me.
Dan, tell us a little about yourself. How long you've been in Hoboken, where you're from, and how did you get into this, your education? Tell us.
Yeah, thanks. So I've been in Hoboken for 11 years. I'm from North Jersey. And I am actually a certified food scientist. I
Wow.
studied food science at University of Massachusetts. The first food science program in the country. They just had their 100-year anniversary a couple years ago that I went to go visit some of the professors and alumni, and I've always loved food. So I got into this because as a food scientist, I've always been really interested in food and ingredients and how things are put together and what are in food and how it impacts our bodies and our health and our nutrition. So I was always really interested in the impact food has on health.
How did you come to iced tea?
So I love tea. I've been drinking tea since I was a kid. My parents, my family have all been really into tea. And it's always been something that I've just been enjoying consuming. One of the greatest benefits of tea, everyone knows it's got antioxidants and it's healthy for you in terms of being able to provide some other functional benefits. The reason that I wanted to make an energy tea is because I've always had trouble concentrating, just like a lot of other people, and I was getting sick of drinking so much coffee and tired of all the stuff they put in energy drinks. So I wanted to take my love for tea and my admiration for all the teas out there and make an energy version of it. So I found some natural herbs, extracts, and supplements, and had been just fortifying my own teas, and I found that it had a really great impact on my health, my well-being, and I wanted to share that with other people.
So now, do you make these teas in a place in Hoboken? You yourself supervise it, or do you have, how does that work?
Yeah, so the product's made in an FDA-registered facility in New Jersey. I do supervise. It's very hands-on. I'm ordering all the ingredients. I'm brewing the tea myself.
Really?
Yep, I'm mixing all the ingredients. I'm helping bottle, package, everything. I'm very involved. I also help transportation. I'm renting trucks, doing all deliveries.
Wow.
Yeah, very involved.
So do you have, how is the customer base now? Do you have, is it growing? I mean, what demographic are you appealing to the most? Is it the young gym crowd coming home after work that needs that boost, the early morning? How does that work?
Yeah, we're definitely growing. We've been in market for about 3 years, and we're seeing that The majority, I'd say, of the demographic is in the 20s and 30s, like you mentioned. I think that it is a good pre-workout. I take it as a pre-workout. I've seen other people use it as that. It's also a good midday pick-me-up. So people might be after lunch having a little bit of a slump. So it's a great refreshing way to kind of get that midday boost to keep you going for the rest of the day.
Two things I know that are all the rage right now from the medical field are sugars and sodium. Obviously, that what is the content with regards to sugar and sodium and for cholesterol and all that in the drink?
Yeah, great question. Well, in terms of sodium, there's virtually no sodium. There's sodium citrate in there, and that's just a natural stabilizer. And in terms of sugar, there's only 3 grams of sugar per 8-ounce serving, which is less than a teaspoon. And there's 2 servings per bottle. So it's very low sugar. And there's no cholesterol. It's a cholesterol-free food.
What about caffeine? I see that you have caffeine on there. Tell me, how much is that? And is it going to make your heart race, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the product is mindfully made with 100 milligrams of caffeine per 8 ounces, which is the same as a cup of coffee about. And so what we did is we fortified the teas with natural caffeine from green coffee bean. So it's at that same level.
Well,
and we balance the boost with L-theanine, which is an amino acid that's naturally from
really?
green tea. Yeah. So it doesn't give you that sensation of, let's say, your heart racing or something like that. L-theanine is naturally in green tea. And so that's why when people drink a lot of it, they don't get that crazy buzzy feeling, but they'll still get caffeine. So that's why we made sure to add it actually to the tea.
When we come back from a commercial break, we're going to continue talking to Dan. I'm very impressed with your knowledge and your educational background and the energy and thought process you put into your product, which has to impress those in the audience that are listening. We'll be right back. Stick at Night, Commissioner Anthony Romano.
Newport, the luxury waterfront community on the Hudson River, offers a quality of life you deserve in one of our many high-rise towers. With amenities such as the on-site Newport Path, light rail, Newport Town Square, 3 playgrounds, dog run, upscale restaurants, retail giants like Kohl's, JCPenney, Macy's, and Target. Morton Williams and Acme Supermarket are just outside your front door. A health and fitness center, skating rink, and medical facilities are also on site. Enjoy the New York skyline from our waterfront and various parks. Manhattan is just 1 pass stop away, or quick ride through the Holland Tunnel. Nursery and private elementary schools all on site. 12-screen movie theater at the Newport Center Mall. Looking to visit? Stay at the Westin or Marriott Hotel. For more information, visit us at newportnj.com. Make lasting memories to cherish forever. It's incredible. It's you, Newport. Live like you want.
Welcome back. We're with Dan Levinson from Vital Energy Tea. So Dan, tell us about the marketing here, who designed it, the flavors. I see pomegranate in my hand. We got honey, ginger, tropical punch. So these are the popular flavors you did through marketing research. How did you do that?
Yeah, so let me tell you a little bit more about the product itself. So the brand's called Vital. Vital stands for Vibes and Balance. We're all about trying to empower people to help them follow their dreams and be at their best and rise to their highest possible vibes. So that's the concept, and that's what we really want to do. I feel like it's more of a vehicle for me to help share inspiration for others, and we just happen to sell a delicious energy tea.
Dan, how does that work? Do people buy it in a 6-pack? Do they buy single bottles? Is it in the stores? What does a bottle cost, or what is a 6-pack?
Yeah, so in stores we sell it single. Online we sell 6-packs right from our website and also on Amazon.
What's the price, say, if someone walks in the store to buy one? What does one go for?
They range from $3.99 to $4.49 in most stores. And we just got into ShopRite of Hoboken, actually.
Wow.
Doing a special there, 2 for $7.
One of the biggest ShopRites probably in the area. Very big. It's going to be very good for your business. It's amazing. The people come from Jersey City down there, Hoboken. You have the seniors. So that's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, so far it's been going great. And we've been doing a lot of demos, meeting people in the community, some we've seen from other events that we've been doing over the last few years. So it's great to...
That's right. I met you at was that the market under the viaduct?
Yeah, the
right?
Main Street Pops.
Main Street Pops,
Yeah.
and then you also have the festivals in the fall and the spring.
Yep.
So
Hoboken
tell us
Arts
about
and
the
Music.
design.
Yes, so I have worked with a handful of different designers working on this, from the logos, and we've also done some crowdsourcing, and over time we've been optimizing. I think it's really important when you're a small brand to make small batches, get feedback, and keep optimizing. And I also actually work as a food science consultant, so the majority of my time, to be honest, I'm spending helping other brands grow their businesses. My other business is called Apple and Orchard Labs, and what we do is we help other people develop their dream products from apple to orchard.
So I'll tell you, Dan, between you and the other gentleman that was near you with the food, I mean, I think it's
Nick?
Nick, right?
Yeah.
I mean, they have
Great guy.
You have the market there for your demographic. You're about somewhere in your late 20s, early 30s. And the people that want to get up in the morning, either hit that gym before work, after work, got to get the food, got to get home, get ready for work the next day, party on the weekend. We need to boost up again, and I'm
Exactly.
sure that's the group that you hit.
Yeah, it is. And our slogan is Boost Your Vibes. And we really want to help people re-energize and recharge in a healthy, balanced way.
And how does one get in touch if someone out there in the audience wants to know, how do I order Viable? How do you order it? What's your website or whatever?
Yeah, you can go right to our website. It's www.drinkviable.com. Or if you go on Amazon, just search Viable Energy Tea, and it should pop right up. And you can order from there as well.
Wow. What else do you have to tell us about? What's your goals to grow your business? What other areas do you want to hit? Is it just Hoboken? You're reaching out to other parts of Hudson County. Jersey City has the demographic of Hoboken to a greater scale, even.
Yeah. So we do sell in Jersey City. We're in about 50 stores in the North Jersey and Manhattan area. And what we're trying to do is hone in on this local market first. We're doing a hyper-local test market, getting feedback, and what we're really trying to do is continue to optimize the product, the flavors, the packaging, and then we want to keep scaling up. So we're really fortunate and grateful for this opportunity of ShopRite at Hoboken. They obviously have the infrastructure to scale up, so we're optimistic about growing with them. We've also been in touch with a lot of other retailers. I've had conversations with some of the largest convenience stores in the country, natural stores. I've had conversations with some other, some large chains, I'll say, that were interested in the product. And so we are continuing to share samples with people and have conversations. And we really want to grow and help other people, like I said, inspire them to live a balanced lifestyle. So that's really the goal. But ultimately, we want to be one of the top 10 largest energy teas in the country.
Okay, repeat that website for our audience, please.
Yeah, it's drinkviable.com.
Okay. Dan, I'll tell you, some people just get into a product just to sell it, but I can see your passion for what you've created and how you believe that it's going to be good for people as opposed to just selling people junk, which is sometimes what happens. And I think that's important, and it's a tribute to you, and I think that's why you're going to be a success. It was a pleasure, obviously, meeting you, and I hope to continue our friendship and watch you grow. And if you ever need anything, please let us know. One last comment before we wrap up. Anything you'd like to say?
Yeah, I'd say it's never too late to start over. If you want to start getting back on track with your healthy habits, today's a good day.
Okay, Commissioner Anthony Romano here for Stick at Night from Hoboken and Jersey City and Greater Hudson County. Thank you all. Dan, we wish you the best. Thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Take care.